Welcome back to another singing session together. The first hymn that we will sing has been chosen by my husband Nick. Oddly enough, this hymn is not one I remember singing very often when we were back in India, either in church or even in school. But I do remember that one of the ex-principals of my alma mater, Mrs. M. Ruckith, loved this song, and it was very dear to our heart. I can understand why. I don't even remember singing this song when we moved to Australia, so it's not one that I'm very familiar with. Nevertheless, it is a beautiful song, and I'm glad Nick has chosen it. In fact, this song comes to us actually from 3 countries: Germany, Scotland, and Finland. And it spans over 100 years. Let's go a bit into the history of this song. Very little is known about the author, but we do know that her name was Katharina Amelia Dorothea von Schlegel. She was born in 1697. We don't know much about her life, but given her name, it's quite possible that she may have come from an aristocratic family. We do know that she possibly was connected with a small court at Cothen, which was north of Halle in Germany. But other than that, there has been some speculation by hymnologists that she was possibly a Lutheran nun. What we do know is that she is famous as the author of the beloved poem Still Mein Will. And this was published in 1752, along with several other texts written by her. The text was written in German, and it reflected the spirit of many Wesleyan revival poems and songs during the same era. Philip Jacob Sperner led the German pietistic movement. And though he was not a hymn writer himself, he was definitely inspired to start a revival in the German tradition of hymn writing. And this was characterized by faithfulness to the scriptures or to the Bible, focus on personal experience, and deep personal expression. And so it was not surprising that Katharina von Schlegel, with her piece, was thought to be one of the leading female hymn writers of this period in Germany. Many years later, the hymn was translated into English by Jane L. Borthwick, and she was the member of a church which was known as the Free Church of Scotland. So it had travelled across countries and thus was translated into the English language. In fact, Borthwick translated several German songs and thus brought the richness of the German language and German heritage hymns to English. Jane Borthwick translated only 5 of the 6 original German stanzas, but nevertheless she did a marvelous job. And then years later, the tune Finlandia complemented this stirring poem. The melody was a symphonic tone poem by Jean Sibelius, and he named it Finlandia, Opus 26. He had written it as a patriotic offering in 1899, and he revised it in 1900. His composition was performed as the final of 7 pieces as music to accompany a series of tableaus. Each tableau reflected portions of Finnish history. Out of the agitated and tumultuous opening music, it symbolized the struggles of the Finland or the Finnish people. And then it was followed by the serenity of this hymn. And the melody Finlandia symbolized the hope and the resolution of the Finnish people. And so we can truly say that this song has come to us from 3 different countries: Germany, Scotland, and Finland. When we listen to this song, I'm sure those of you who know it will sing it along with me. But if you don't, you will come to this realization, to this very calming hymn, that even when things seem so terribly wrong and down, the Lord is still with us. We need to remember that. At this very moment, parts of the world are plodding back to some sort of new normal conditions. But there are many sections of this planet that are still reeling under the virus of the pandemic. Many families have been torn apart, having lost family members and friends. And it is normal to question why, to be sad, to be heavy-hearted, and to even feel a sense of disappointment, anger, and regret. It's only natural. And yet we need to remember that the Lord knows our sorrows. Remember, God sent his only begotten Son to die on the cruel cross of Calvary, so he knows the pain of separation and the pain of losing a loved one. And so this beautiful hymn is particularly sung by those who are grieving, sung for those who have lost family members, but it could be any sort of pain that you are dealing with. Be still, we should tell our souls, for the Lord is on our side. I'll invite you to sing this with me. I tried playing and singing, but it was all too difficult. So I've tried to record the song. It's not the best playing because I haven't practiced much, but I'm sure we can still sing this song together. I hope that song will give us the assurance that even in the midst of pain and sorrow and trials, we will know that through the passing clouds, our Father still is looking over us, and He will shine more brightly because He is there by our side. Take care, and God bless you.